Hello everyone. Today we shall discuss exercise 7.2 question number 1. Draw number lines and locate the points on them. A. 1 by 2. Here we have drawn a number line and here we have written 0 and 1. Here you see 1 by 2. That means this 0 and 1 should be divided into two equal parts. Right. Therefore in the middle we have taken another division. Right. Therefore, this 1 by 2 it lies between 0 and 1, and here this is 1 by 2. This is the representation of the first number 1 by 2. Right? This is 1 by 2. This point is 1 by 2. Right? This is 1 by 2. Now we'll represent the next number, that is 1 by 4. Right? 1 by 4 also lies between 0 and 1. Right? Next number is 1 by 4. Let us take next number. Now here next number is 1 by 4. That is we have to take another number. Suppose this is a number line. Here we have taken 0. Right? And here we have taken 1. Now this is 1 by 4. That means you have to divide this 0 to 1 line into 4 equal parts. Right? 4 equal parts. Therefore, we are dividing this 0, 1 distance into 4 equal parts. That is 1, 2, 3. The 4 equal parts 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And 1 by 4, that means this point is 1 by 4. 1 by 4. This point is 2 by 4. This part is 3 by 4. And this part is 1 is equal to 4 by 4. 4 by 4. Now you have to represent 1 by 4. Therefore, this point is 1 by 4. This point is 1 by 4. 3 by 4. This part is 3 by 4. And 4 by 4. This part is 4 by 4. That is 1. 4 by 4 means 1. Right? In this way, you can represent the other numbers also. Right? Now we solve question number B. Right? This is 1 by 4. This is 3 by 4. And this is 4 by 4. Next question is question number B. Let us draw question number B. Now question number B is 1 by 8. 1 by 8. That means you have to divide this number take it as 0. Here you take 0 and here you take 1. Now what you have to do? You have to divide this 0 to 1 into 8 equal parts. How much? 8 equal parts, right? That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here is how many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? We have divided from 0 to 1 this distance into 8 equal parts. Now we know that this is 1 by 8. 1 by 8 part 1 by 8. This is 2 by 8. 2 by 8. This is 2 by 8. 2. This is 3 by 8. 3 by 8. This is 4 by 8. 4 by 8. This is 5 by 8. 5 by 8. This is 6 by 8. 6 by 8. This is 7 by 8. And this is 8 by 8. 1 is equal to 8 by 8. Now we represent the numbers. Question number B. 1 by 8, here you see this is 1 by 8. Represent this point. This is 1 by 8. Right? And this 2 by 8. This is 2 by 8. 2 parts out of 8 parts. Right? And 3 by 8. This point is 3 by 8. 3 parts out of 8 parts, right? 7 by 8, this part is 7 by 8, this point is 7 by 8, means 7 parts out of 8 parts, right. Again you see, what you have to do, you have to divide 0 to between 0 to 1 into 8 equal parts, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, right? After that, this part, this point is 1 by 8 because 1 part out of 8 part, right? This is 2 part out of 8 part, 3 part out of 8 part, 4 part out of 8 part, 5 part out of 8 part, 6 part out of 8 part, 7 part out of 8 and 8 out of 8, right? That is 1, right? This is the solution of question number B. Next we will represent question number C. Question number C, right? Now we represent question number C. Here you see question number C is, this is question number C. This is question number C. Question number C. Here you see all these are proper fraction, right? 2 by 5, 3 by 5, 4 by 5, but 8 by 5 is improper fraction, right? Now, first of all, we represent the proper fractions first, right? Here, how many parts you have to divide? 5 equal parts, right? Because 2 by 5 is there. That is all these numbers 2 by 5, 3 by 5, 4 by 5 lies between 0 and 1, right? Lies between 0 and 1. How many parts? You have to divide this distance between 0 to 1 into 5 equal parts, right? That means 4 number, 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? 5 equal parts. Now, out of 5 equal parts, here you can say that this is 1 part out of 5 part, right? This point is 2 part out of 5 parts. This point is 3 part out of 5 parts. This part is 4 part out of 5 part. And this point is 5 part out of 5 part. 5 part out of 5 part. That is 1. 5 equal to 1. Right? Now, this point is, you have to locate 2 by 5. Here you see, this point is 2 by 5. This point is 2 by 5. Next one is 3 by 5. This point is 3 by 5. This point is 3 by 5. Next is 8 by 5. 8 by 5 will show you another number line. 4 by 5. This part is 4 by 5. This is actually proper fractions, right? Now, we will represent 8 by 5. How? You see here. Here, again we are repeating this one. That is 0 and 1. This is, we have to divide this distance between 0 to 1 into 5 equal parts. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 equal parts is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal parts, right? This is 1 part out of 5 part, that is 1 by 5, 2 part out of 5 part, that is 2 by 5, 3 part out of 5 part, that is 3 by 5, 4 part out of 5, that is 4 by 5, and 5 by 5, that is 1 part, are equal to 1, right? If we represent 2 by 5, therefore this point is 2 by 5. If we represent 3 by 5, this part is 3 by 5. If we represent 4 by 5, this part is 4 by 5. All these numbers 1 by 5, 2 by 5, 3 by 5, or 4 by 5, all are proper fractions, right? But this number 8 by 5 is not a proper fraction, it is an improper fraction. Now we will represent this one 8 by 5. Let us take another number line and show how to represent 8 by 5. We have taken this number line, then question number C, we have to represent 8 by 5, right? How you have to represent 8 by 5? This is question number C, and we will represent 8 by 5. We will represent 8 by 5. 8 by 5. How represent? You see first that this is a not a proper fraction, it is an improper fraction, right? That means it is greater than 1, right? First what you have to do, you have to divide 8 by 5 and change it to mixed fraction. That is 5 1 is 5, 8 minus 5 is 3. That is, we can write here as 8 whole 1 by 5 is equal to 1 whole 3 by 5. 3 by 5, right? Now you have to represent 1 whole 3 by 5, right? That is 1 whole 3 by 5 lies between 1 and 2, right? Therefore divide this number, take it as 1. Here you take 0, here you take 1, here you take 2, right? Now 1 whole 3 by 5, this is 1 whole, right? Here 3 by 5, that means this between 1 and 2, you have to divide this part into 5 equal parts. 5 equal parts, right? That is 1, 2, 3, 4. You see how many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? 5 equal parts. That means this one is this part is 1 part out of 5 part, right? This is 1 by 5, 1 by 5. This is 2 by 5. This is 2 by 5. This is 3 by 5. 5. This is 4 by 5. And this is 2 means 1. 5 means 1. 1 plus 1, that is 2, right? Or we can represent in another way also, right? That is, it can be written as 6, right? We have divided this into 5 equal parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? And 5 by 5 means 1 plus 1, that is 2, right? Now how will represent 8 by 5? That is 1 whole is this one, right? And 3 by 5, 1 whole this one, this is 1 by 5, 2 by 5, this is 3 by 5, this one. That means this whole number line, that is 0 to here, that represents 3 by 5, right? This is 3 by 5, right? Or you can represent it in another way also, that is, this is 0, right? If we divide this number into 5 equal parts, you can divide this number also into 5 equal parts, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? This is 1 by 5. This is 1 by 5 part, 1 by 5. This is 2 by 5. This is 2 by 5, not 3, 2 by 5. This is 3 by 5. This is 4 by 5. 4 by 5. And this 1 equal to 5 by 5. Right? 1 equal to 5 by 5 means 1. 5 by 5. This can be represented as 6 by 5. 6 by 5. This can be represented as 7 by 5. 7 by 5. This point is 8 by 5. 8 by 5. This point is 9 by 5. 9 by 5. And this point is 10 by 5. 10 by 5. That is equal to 2. And what you have to represent? 8 by 5. That means this point. Right? In the same way, this way you can also represent. First, 0, 1. First, you have to know that this lies between 8 by 5 lies between 1 and 2. Therefore, we have divided this distance 1 and 2 into 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And if I represent this as 1 by 5, this is 2 by 5, this is 3 by 5, 4 by 5, then the answer is be 0 to 1. There is one hole and 3 by 5 is here. So the distance from here to here is 8 by 5. Right? There is one hole and 3 by 5. Or you can say it as 8 by 5. Both the way we can represent this number line. Right? Dear friends, if you like this video, please subscribe, like and share. Thank you everybody for watching this video.